Hey guys, Blu-ray Gamer 2012 here, and today I wanted to show you my horror movie collection. Now, I'm gonna upload this video a few days before Halloween. I was planning actually on uploading like right on Halloween day, but it comes at the end of the month, and I'm trying to upload my DVD update, my Blu-ray update, basically that same day. So yeah, I'm just so there's like a few days in between videos. I'm gonna try to upload this one a little early. So let me just start off. I have quite a lot of them, but I'm probably gonna break this in like three parts. So let me just start off with my DVDs first, because there's a ton of them. I got Pumpkinhead. I'm not gonna talk too much about any of them because I have like a bunch of them. This is like a Miramax Psycho Killer series. Is Halloween H2O, Halloween Resurrection, Halloween because of Michael Myers, and Mother's Boys. Now this was one of the first movies I picked up when I first started actually collecting, back in like 2012. Yeah, found it at Target for cheap. Decided to pick it up. I never seen any of those Halloween movies before, so this is I'll always know what you did last summer. Now this is the third movie in the I know what you did last summer franchise, and they just get the names are pretty ridiculous. They just get worse and worse. Apollo 18, another one of the first movies I picked up back in like 2012. Saw the final chapter. That was one of my first Big Lots pickups. This is Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. Yeah, some of these are very like random out of order, but yeah, I have a ton of them. The Boat, The Exorcism of Emily Rose. I remember my sister had this like back in 2005. She bought it in like bootleg, and this one always freaked me out. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, a fun one. Definitely enjoyed it. Now this is the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Classic. What can I say? It's like a really dirty film. I feel like I need a shower every time I watch any of those. Now this is The Fog, another one of my early Big Lots pickups. Definitely enjoyed this one. This is a double feature. It's The Fog remake and Boogeyman. Yeah, the Boogeyman kind of freaked me out the first time I watched it. Some of the jump scares. This is kind of somewhat horror. Hannibal. I definitely enjoy the Hannibal movies. They're pretty good. Now this is a makeshift case. It's one of the very thin cases. I threw away the box for this movie like years ago. It's Jason X. I have a love-hate relationship with this movie. I did like some aspects of it, but a lot of people really dislike it. This is Hellraiser Revelations. Definitely like the slipcover. I think I've only seen the first two and this one of the Hellraiser movies. The Frankenstein Theory. Bought this one at Walmart years ago. Yeah, I kind of forgot. I think I only saw it once. Maybe I have to check that one out in the future. Joyride. This is definitely a guilty pleasure of mine. I always like these late night road trip movies. It's like something I would kind of maybe want to do in the future. Like a late night road trip. Those are I always enjoy those movies. Candyman. This one I definitely enjoyed it when I saw it last year. This is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning. Definitely enjoyed this one. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is their 2003 remake. Definitely enjoyed this one. One of the better remakes. This is the Formfield Favorites, and I'm on L Street 5 through 8. I also bought like 10 years ago. I bought the first four. I remember on like a Black Friday, but I threw away the cases and now have them in like one of those CD binders. The Amityville Horror. This is the one from I believe the 70s. I think it is. I know 70s, 80s. Enjoyed it. Oh, now this one is Assault of the Sasquatch. This one's Sean C. Phillips in this one. Cool duder. Definitely. Oh, MJ as well. I forgot about him. But yeah, definitely pick. When I found out they were in it, I pretty much ordered it on eBay. The Curse of Chucky. Enjoyed it. This is the Purge movies. I don't know how they kind of horror, but more action. But I don't know how this got in there. But now this is a 4 horror movie collection. Return of the Living Dead, one apparently my favorite, zombie movie, Swamp Thing, A Bucket of Blood, and Frogs. Definitely, I enjoyed all of them when I saw them. Definitely, A Bucket of Blood. That one's it's an old movie, but I definitely enjoyed that one. Amusement. Now this is kind of like a weird one. It has like a couple of stories in there, so it's kind of confusing when watching them. The first one is similar to Joyride. It has like a late night road trip in the beginning, but then it switches to like a clown story. It's kind of like a weird one. I'm running out of space to put these in, so I'm probably gonna have to make a quick cut before the next stack. Now this is the Ring. I never really found it that scary, but a lot of people consider it one of the scariest of all time. Now this is Dead Silence. He kind of reminded me of Slappy from Goosebumps. So yeah, the cover always interested me. So yeah, definitely decided to pick it up. Phantom Racer. Definitely enjoyed some aspects of it. Pretty much bought it mainly because of the cover. Kind of badass. Kind of looks like Ghost Rider a bit, but yeah. Now this one I enjoyed. I bought it a few months ago. Vacancy. It's like a motel. They stop in a motel. They discovered they're filming like horror movies in the room they're in, and when stuff goes crazy now, they have to survive. But yeah, definitely if you ever find that one, pick it up. This is Stephen King. It's the 4 movies: The Dead Zone, Pet Sematary, Silver Bullet, and Graveyard Shift. They're all pretty much good movies. I definitely enjoyed them. Another guilty pleasure movies of mine. This is Leprechaun 3 movies. I always enjoyed these movies. The Vegas one was pretty good. The first one I enjoyed it even in a secluded cabin in the woods. But yeah, definitely a guilty pleasure of mine. Now this is another one of the first horror movies I got when I first started collecting. It's the Friday the 13th 4 film movies. Movie collection. Sorry. Always enjoyed all of these. As a kid, I remember I bought the final chapter on DVD alone, and I pretty much grew up with that one. I don't think I had ever seen. Actually, I didn't think I got it like a bootleg. I think like a year before I bought this one. It was back in 2012. So back in 2011, I bought like a bootleg of these movies. But yeah. Now this is Friday the 13th, Jason Lives. This is one of my favorites. It's a very fun one. Definitely enjoyed this one a hell lot. Now this is Jason Takes Manhattan. Definitely enjoyed this one as well. But I definitely don't understand the criticism for this movie. There's not too much of Manhattan in it. Only like 20 minutes. But yeah, for what it was, I definitely enjoyed it. Now this is Stephen King's It. Definitely enjoyed it. Bought it. Another one of the first movies I bought. The Exorcist. What can I say? A classic. I'm trying to get this on Blu-ray eventually. What can I say? Classic. Now this is Scream 4. Another one of the ones I bought really early on in my collection. But yeah, definitely enjoyed it. Not as good as the other movies, but still pretty decent. Now I'm going to make a quick cut, so I'm going to put these away, and I'm going to go show you my next stack. So we're back, and let me just move on to the next stack. Now this is The Boy. Bought this a few years ago. I forgot kind of what it was about, but Halloween 2 remake. Another one of my first DVDs in my collection. ATM. Pretty much bought this one only because Josh Peck's in this, so yeah. I kind of enjoyed it. When a Stranger Calls. This is the remake. Enjoyed it. Kind of reminded me of Scream a bit, but I think I know that Scream, basically stole some of the plot from the original When a Stranger Calls, so that's why they're similar. The Grudge. This one always scared the crap out of me when I was, when I was younger. I know my sister had it. She bought it like in 2005 when it came out. The Grudge 2, also pretty freaky. These movies, like the Japanese movies, they're all pretty like fucking scary. Their ghosts are a lot scarier than the Western ones. But I never seen the original movies, but I'll check them out. This Poltergeist. I still have no idea how this is a PG movie, but yeah, it's pretty decent. Now this is the Devil's Backbone, but I have the Spanish version, El Espinazo del Diablo. Now this one I remember years ago having this one on bootleg. Always enjoyed this movie. You know, pretty good Guillermo del Toro movie. If you haven't seen this, definitely check this one out. Now this one's actually a series. It's A Haunting. This one I remember grew up watching this on Discovery Channel when it was on. Yeah, it has a ton of episodes in here, season 1 through 6. But yeah, always definitely enjoyed this one. It freaked me out when I was a kid. So if you've never seen this, check it out. There's a triple feature: Ice Cream Man, Jack Frost 2, and Killer Tongue. Ice Cream Man, I definitely enjoyed it. Jack Frost 2 was decent, kind of like a fun, cheesy, horror movie. And Killer Tongue, I saw it kind of saw it once and never wanted to see it again. I don't know, it was just so bad in my opinion. This is a Killer Clowns from Outer Space. What can I say? Classic. This is a DVD version. Poltergeist 2 and 3. I kind of forgot what they're about. I remember one takes place in a skyscraper, and that's all I remember from those. Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2. Enjoyed both of them. They're both kind of like road trip movies. I'm a sucker for those movies. This is a Rest Stop. Bought it at Big Lots last year. Kind of a weird one. It's like a psychological movie. I don't know if I'll check that one out again. My Bloody Valentine 3D. Yeah, this kind of enjoyed it, but recently saw it again and didn't think it was that great. Now this one is a classic, Psycho. Always enjoyed this one. One of my favorites. Definitely like a godfather to the horror movies. This is another classic one, Creature from the Black Lagoon. Definitely enjoyed this one. Bought it at Big Lots last year, I believe. Definitely enjoyed it a lot. And this is Rings. Now, I think this came out a few years ago. I remember I bought it last year. I think it came out in 2017 though. So yeah, it hit Big Lots very early. On to my Blu-rays. This Incarnate, another possession movie. Happy Death Day. Definitely enjoyed this one. It's kind of reminded me kind of the Scream, but yeah. No, this one I definitely enjoyed. Get Out. It's like horror comedy. It's pretty good. Now this is the Omen collection. I pretty much remember the first one and don't remember much of the other ones, but yeah, the first one's pretty good though. Now this is Jennifer's Body. It's just a pretty decent movie. Definitely enjoyed it. Bought it last year, I believe. Oh, now this one I definitely enjoyed. Disturbia. I reviewed this a few months ago. I'm horror about reviews, but if you're interested in that, go watch it. One of my, it's one of my favorites. I don't know. It became quickly one of my favorites. Now this is Halloween, the complete collection. Now this one came out a few years ago, so it obviously doesn't have the new Halloween 2018 one. But yeah, I enjoyed a lot of these. The first one, the second one, Season of the Witch was pretty good in my opinion. And I don't care what anyone says, that was a good movie if you take into consideration that Michael Myers is not in it. Halloween 4, Return of Michael Myers, that one's one of my favorites as well. 5 is decent. Curse of Michael Myers, it's alright. H2O is pretty good. Resurrection, that's a fun one, but I don't know, kind of bad one. And the remakes, I just don't care too much for them though. But yeah, I'm gonna make another cut and continue with my last stacks of Blu-ray, so I'll see you in a bit. Now I'm on to my last 2 stacks. This is Ares. Enjoyed this one. Bought it a few months ago. So yeah, I kind of reviewed it a little more in depth in one of my update videos. I think it was 2 update videos ago. So if you're interested in that one, go check that video out. The Shining, classic. What can I say? This is Saw, the complete movie collection. I enjoyed the first 2, and I don't remember which other one I thought it was pretty good, but yeah. Now this is Jigsaw Steelbook. Pretty much bought this one only because I really enjoyed the Steelbook. I think it's pretty cool. Funny thing is, I think last year I found this one at Walmart, and I bought it at full price at Best Buy when it came out 2 years ago. Now this is it, part one. I'm still waiting to get part two. Maybe they'll have it on Black Friday. I don't know. So now these are my Conjuring movie collection. I'm only missing the first Conjuring movie though. Annabelle, horrible movie. Bought it at Black Friday like years ago. The Conjuring 2, pretty good. Annabelle Creation. This is one of the first one I watched in theaters. Definitely enjoyed that one. The Nun. I definitely enjoyed this one. A lot of people hated it. It does have like a lot of cliches, a lot of like, you know, like jump scares, but I enjoyed it for what it was. The Curse of La Llorona. Really the problem what I have with it is that it was set in LA. Should have been set in like Mexico or something, more realistic. Annabelle Comes Home. Definitely enjoyed it. A lot of people hated it, but there's aspects that I like about it. Now these next two movies I recently bought, so you'll probably see these two in my update video in a few days from now. The Thing. I had never seen this one, but I saw it last Friday, I believe, and enjoyed it a lot. Definitely lives up to the hype. So if you've never seen this one, go check that one out. This The Scream. This is the 5-film set, which is actually just the 3 movies and like 2 documentaries about him. Definitely enjoyed a lot of. They're like great like Friday Saturday night movies to watch. Killer Clown Blu-ray. Bought this one at Dollar Tree, so for $1, obviously I had to pick it up. Hereditary. This one I definitely enjoyed. It's pretty freaky, especially with the tongue thing the girl did in the movies. That one that always freaked me out. The Strangers. Enjoyed this one a lot. Pretty freaky movie. The Strangers Pray at Night. Also enjoyed this one. Insidious: The Last Key. I haven't seen this one yet. If you remember, I bought this like in January or February, but haven't seen the other movies. Now my history with Insidious movies, like years ago, I had to go to it was like summer school, I remember, and it was only like 2 weeks. But on one of those last few days, my teacher was so cool. He actually like rented like on Amazon Prime. It was Scream Chapter 3. And we were watching pretty much in school. We watched that one, Insidious Chapter 3. But yeah, that one was kind of cool. I really enjoyed that teacher. He was pretty awesome. The next 3 are Paranormal Activity 2, 3, and 4. I kind of remember. I don't remember which one was which, but yeah, pretty much only missing the first one on Blu-ray. Now on to my last stack. This is Poltergeist. This is the 2015 remake. It's kind of true to the original, but Jeepers Creepers 3. Didn't like this one at all, actually. And yeah, this one doesn't have like many like logos on there. You could tell it was very like low budget. Not many studios behind this one. With the controversy going on with the director. Cult of Chucky. Kind of forgot what this one was about. I think it took place in like a mental hospital, I believe. Child's Play, the original, classic. What can I say? It has the 2 Evil Dead movies. Now, this is an unpopular opinion, but I wasn't too big of a fan of these movies. I don't know. I think the acting was just like very bad. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll give them another shot, but I didn't enjoy them that much. But a lot of people do hold them up to some like the greatest horror movies ever made. Now this is Carrie. This is the Steelbook, the original. Pretty much had to buy it. Come on, that Steelbook looks pretty awesome. This is the Carrie, the remake. Also pretty good. Friday the 13th remake. Always enjoyed this one. Liked it a hell lot more than the Halloween remakes. But yeah, kind of underrated one. Now this is Shudder. This one's on Netflix actually currently, so this is a pretty freaky one, similar to like it has kind of like The Ring, the Grudge type movies, one of those girl ghost movies. The Devil Inside. Another of these possession movies. This is a pretty freaky one. And last, Leatherface. You know, it's like kind of like a reboot. You know, the origins of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Uh, I definitely enjoyed it. I bought it like when it came out a few years ago. But yeah, that was about it. So I have a lot of these. You know, I think I'm gonna have to make a like put like these in a separate box because I had to dig through a lot of my collection to get through all these there, and the boxes that I keep them in are like a mess right now. But yeah, so I think overall horror is probably my favorite, you know, genre of movies. I have a ton of them, and I am planning on getting more movies as you know as time goes by. I'll buy a lot of that I haven't gotten yet, maybe more complete series. I might be planning on getting like you know like the Friday the 13th, you know those movies on Blu-ray. Same with the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. But yeah, so stay tuned. In a few days from now, I'm gonna upload my Blu-ray update video. So if you're interested, you know, subscribe, check those out. But yeah, for now that's about it. So please comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.